Listen, there's a lot of information out there about how to successfully transition careers, especially in the edtech space, with a lot of teachers looking to make that move. Some of the advice is really good, and it usually contains the basics. Update your LinkedIn, update your resume, network, you get it. So what I do is cut through the noise and just find the helpful information. I transitioned from higher education into tech a year ago. My job search took 4 months. I had no connections or direct experience, but I did have transferable skills. So let's take a look at this article today and I will fill in the gaps for you. Go ahead, like, subscribe, let's go. So the first section talks about how to get your foot in the door. And it starts by saying 20% of teachers have a second job outside of school. Given today's inflation, that number is likely higher now. And it talks about getting into a more freelance role so that you could get in, build relationships, and build experience. Now, it sounds great if you are working two jobs and want to take that second job and do that, but I also feel like a lot of teachers are transitioning out because they have to work two jobs. I would much rather you leverage your current experience. Have you implemented any software in your current role? Have you integrated any new systems in your current role? If you have the bandwidth to do the second job, great. But otherwise, leverage your experience. That's exactly what I did to land my role. All right, so the next section talks about how to successfully land a mid-level edtech job. And essentially, it says to leverage your experience and to present your transferable skills in the best way possible. But let's hold up a second. It said mid-level edtech job. Here's what I really want you to focus on. What environment works best for you to learn and develop? Because the world of education versus tech is completely different. The terminology, the pacing of work, the languaging used, even the management style, it's completely different. And yes, you may have the credentials and the ability to get that mid-level job somewhere, but is the environment good for you? Because there will be a period of time where you're just getting your feet under you. Is that the right company size for you to start in this completely different world? Keep that in mind. All right, so the next section talks about how to find these edtech job opportunities. And it points to a few very specific examples. One being the EdSurge job boards. I signed up for these. They send you a lot of emails, but I think it'll be helpful following Jeff Patterson on LinkedIn. He's a very good follow, always posting opportunities. And then it talks about networking and reaching out to your personal network, which you should be doing anyway. I happen to actually land my current tech job through LinkedIn. It's the best place to present your personal brand, put your relevant experience on there, find people, find companies, find jobs. But that recruiting piece also got me thinking about ZipRecruiter. I also use them and they do a great job of filtering the jobs that you're looking for according to your relevant experience and what you're looking for. And finally, it talks about finding an edtech role that is fit for you. And this is great advice. Let's say you worked in early education. You may look for early ed tech companies. I worked in higher education, so I looked for higher ed tech companies. You need to do this because you already know who the customer and end user is. So having that customer knowledge is a competitive advantage. Leverage your experience. And then it compounds that by talking about the exact roles that you can look for. Two specific ones outlined in the article are customer success and sales. Now in sales, you know the customer's needs and you can appeal to those needs and make sure that it can be maximized through this product. Whereas in customer success, as soon as they adopt the product, you know the strategies to both implement it effectively, but also leverage it for further success. So I chose to go into customer success because it best fits my skills and my strengths. At the end of the day, know what you want, know what you bring, and articulate it effectively. And that wraps up this article. Let me know what you think about these 4 tips in the comments below. But also, good luck in your job search, and please come back when you land that job. I look forward to hearing about it. Start today. Start now. See you soon.